Hi, I'm John Welch, and I'm going to give you a demonstration of athenaOne, a companion app for the Athena Clinical's EHR for iOS devices. athenaOne is designed for providers, so I'm going to be Dr. Mackenzie Leftwich for this demo. So the first thing I'm going to see here when I open up the app is the home screen. From here, I can quickly glance at how many patients I have today, when my next appointment is, and what my inbox looks like. I also have some quick access buttons at the bottom for commonly used actions. So I, Dr. Leftwich, like to clear up my inbox first thing in the morning, so that's the first place we're going to go. I see that I have one urgent item assigned to me right now. From the inbox, I can swipe in from the left to view all inboxes. Back in my urgent bucket, I see that Janine Bassett has submitted a patient case for a UTI issue. This is a recurring issue, so I'm going to order an antibiotic to take care of it. I can easily access my usual order sets from athenaOne, which makes it easy to respond to patient cases on the go. I'm going to sign this macrobid order and knock off one more thing from my list for the day. And it's off to the pharmacy. Now it's time to see my patients. Whether I'm in or out of the office, I can use athenaOne to easily get an overview of my schedule. athenaOne allows me to access the patient encounter prior to check-in so that I can prep for upcoming appointments, and I can quickly see prepped appointments in my list. I can also see that my next patient, Charlene, is ready for me. I can see here that she's here for wound infection and is currently in exam room 4. When I'm in the hallway or in the exam room with the patient, I can use the patient summary to get up to speed on the patient's current situation and prior history. The patient snapshot at the top is a configurable narrative created automatically based on the history, and it gives me a quick glance at when the patient was last in the office and what's happened since then. I can scroll down further to see what we talked about during our last visit, her vitals, and her problems list. In the vital section, I can easily star things that are relevant to me and trend them by date. I can also tailor this summary to view my specific needs. I can move meds to the top and deactivate sections that aren't as relevant to me. Next, I'll check out what my staff entered in intake. I can see that she's here for a wound infection, and I can also see the vitals collected by my staff. Now I'm ready for the exam, and I can always jump back to the chart during the exam by swiping from the left. Here, I can move into the Review of Systems section and note that the patient has a mild fever. I think it's also helpful to have an image of the patient's wound issue, so I'm going to take a picture and save it to the chart. This is also available on the desktop immediately, which is very nice. In the Assessment and Plan section, my wound infection encounter plan is already populated based on the reason for visit selected by my staff, so no data entry is needed here. I can tap right into this cephalexin order and send it off to the pharmacy. Finally, when I go into the Problem section, I can see that athenaOne has analyzed my previous documentation and is making intelligent suggestions for new problems, which means fewer things for me to keep in memory. I'll add erythema and the wound infection to the patient's problems list. And now I've finished documenting the encounter for my patient. Everything I just did in athenaOne is immediately available on my desktop, so transitioning between devices throughout my day is seamless.